What's going on, tribe? I'm here in the park in Bucharest. It's another beautiful day. Clear blue skies. Answering a question some guy sent in the private community. He asked, is 40 years old too late to start? It is if that's going to be your mentality in life. If you literally think 40 years old is too late to start, or you even bother with some rudimentary question that some second grader would ask, then you're already on the wrong path. It's never too late to start. The only worst thing you could possibly do than ask that question is not starting at all. You're already halfway in there with a question like that anyways. It's a long road to 80, my friend. You're probably going to end up living to that too. If not at least 65, what the hell are you going to do for the next 20 plus years of your life? Sit there and wonder if it's too early to get going? Get off your ass and make something of yourself? Or are you stuck in that social media trap of comparing yourself to these toads on the internet who are driving fancy cars, flying all over the place, doing all this crap, and the kid's like 19? Why are you comparing yourself to people in the first place? It's a thief of joy, and your path in life is going to be different anyways. The real question you should be asking is, what have I done up until 40 years old that has gotten me in this exact position in life? What can I do for the next 30, 40 years of my life in order to not repeat this mistake and become somebody? What's my plan at 40 plus? What starts today? Have you written down your goals? Have you gotten even specific goals? What the hell is it too late to start at 40? Start what? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain muscle? Do you want to make money? Do you want to start a company? Is there a certification you're looking to get? Are you trying to get back in school and get educated? Trying to learn how to weld? Trying to start a homestead? I don't know, bro. What the fuck is your question? Is 40 years old too late to start? Ask a real adult and manly question, which would go like this. In the next 6 months, I want to drop 40 pounds. How do I achieve that? I currently have skill X, Y, and Z. I've been wanting to start a business. I don't know where to start. I finally started doing some research. I figured out I need this, that, and the other. How do I go about acquiring these things and lacing them all together to get my business started? That's a specific question. What's my plan to action? Do you have one? Doesn't sound like it if your question is, what do I do at 40? It's like the newcomers in the gym that say, well, I just want to lose weight. In 2 weeks, they're gone. They get that happy dopamine rush of saying they're going to do something. 2 weeks later, it ends. The grind begins. The day-to-day where nobody's clapping for you. You don't get to repeat your goals. It feels like shit. There's no more positive reinforcement. Your body, your mind will try to break and go against you. And that's when we're going to find out if you're a man or not. Now, enough riding your non-existent nuts. It's okay, I understand. We're in the new era of modern masculinity today. Most of us don't have the tools, have never been taught. Some of us have never had fathers. I understand, it's not easy. But at a certain point, especially at 40, you can't use that as an excuse anymore. Your externalities are completely irrelevant. You're past being a little boy lost with no answers. It's time to make some changes. It's time to take accountability. I know, you're responsible for exactly the place you ended up in life. That hurts your feelings, I understand. I'm not here to pat you on the back, hold your balls for you and tell you everything's gonna be okay. If you don't fucking get a move on at 40, whatever age you're at, you're gonna fall behind and life is gonna get exponentially worse for you. Father Time spares no man, and he's not about to start with your ass. And this is just a little lesson I want you guys to internalize here. When you start out a plan, when you have a dream or a goal or a vision in your mind about who you want to be, what you want to do, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to start, whatever it is, man, it doesn't matter. You have to be super specific with whatever you want. You have to visualize it, like I told you in the previous video. Exactly being in that moment, exactly doing all the things you need to do. You need to completely rewire in your mind who you are as a human being. You're no longer the timid guy. You're no longer that bitch that eats sweets. You're no longer that dude that gets up late. You are the badass version of yourself that does everything they're supposed to and shows up every single day, no matter how they feel, no matter what the fuck's going on, and especially when life starts to pressure you with bad news. Losing a job, losing a girlfriend. You may be in that predicament right now because of that. Because the stress pushed you to rock bottom or wherever you're at in life right now where you're unhappy with your predicament. Found a cool tree to hang out with right here. Now, once you fix that step one of working on your self-image, it's now time to put things into action. I'm not going to bullshit you and say it's easy. It's not a 1 step, 2 step, 5 steps to this. It's not do these 6 things for 30 days and you're a changed man. This is a battle you're going to have the rest of your fucking life. It's not easy, dude. Consistency is the hardest damn thing to achieve in this world. Even the simplest tasks, if you were told to repeat them for 365 days, for 5 years, for 10 years, become incredibly difficult. And it could be the simplest thing in the world. But the fact that you have to do it every single day is what makes it difficult. The fact of the matter is, urgency is what this guy is missing, and probably a lot of people in their lives. You have no sense of urgency. You don't have dread, fear, absolute terror instilled in your heart about what your future is going to look like. You've never envisioned what your life will turn out to be if you don't do everything you're supposed to do. Isn't there a saying where they tell you literally, choose your struggle? The struggle of doing everything to become the best person. It's a struggle being fat, and it's a struggle being fit. Choose. It's a struggle being broke. It's a struggle being rich. Choose, bro. You don't get to sit there and complain on the couch. Where's the urgency? Don't you want to be the pillar in your family, hell, community, whatever, with your girlfriend, with your parents? Wouldn't it be nice if you're able to retire your parents, make your mom stop working? Wouldn't it be nice if your girl could stay at home and watch the family for you and she'd have to stress and work too? Wouldn't it be nice if you could buy your own car, paid off house? Wouldn't it be nice if you got your shit together and become the man you could be? You have the potential. If you're watching this video, you're already most of the way there. The only thing missing is action. You speak English, your hands and your feet work. You got ideas swirling around in your head about being a better man. You're already doing a majority of the work. Most people are sleepwalking. The people that don't see this video are literally asleep at the wheel in life, accepted the NPC narrative. This is the path you take. Retire at 66, live 5 years, die. No pension collected for you. No wanting to be better. You accepted the safe path and all it has to offer you, which is mediocrity. You know that. That's why you're here watching these videos. You can feel that life has more to offer. Also, you got to do some soul searching. Ask yourself, why are you afraid to start? Whether you're 40 or whatever it is, dude. What is holding you back? You ever done some digging, some introspection, and figure out why you act the way you act? What childhood trauma you got? What insecurity has bubbled up to the surface and manifesting itself externally in the day-to-day that you live? You ever sat down and wrote everything on your mind? You journaled exactly what insecurities you're feeling and why you never stepped up to the plate and did something? A lot of us have these problems, dude. You're not unique. That's the thing you have to remember about all this. We all literally deal with the same shit. The difference is some guys will actually spend the time to do the work and figure out why the hell it is that they feel this way. Why did they make that decision? You've ever asked yourself, like, why I make the decisions I make in life? Where did I inherit these sets of behaviors from? Does it come from your father? Does it come from your mother? Does it come from the group of friends you hang out with? What is it that's holding you back, dude? What is it that is making you unhappy, unsatisfied with life? If you can't answer these questions, you're never going to figure out how to get past all this bullshit and become a new man. And that's the self-work I'm talking about that most people actually don't do, because those are the painful questions to answer. You really want to stare in the mirror and be brutally honest with yourself about why you're such a weak bitch, why you're so fucking pathetic, why you can't do the things you dream of doing, why you can't even hang on to a fucking diet. When's the last time you ate clean for 90 days or more without breaking once? Can you even make a promise to yourself? Why do you fucking hate yourself so much? You ever had that real conversation? Why do I keep doing a little bit, start to do well, then I let my foot off the gas, then I go even lower than before? I got a little fit, I was eating clean, then I had that one cake, then I had that one cheat meal, then I went out all day, then I celebrated with the boys. Oh, I fell off the wagon again, now I have to start over. Why are you toe dipping? Why don't you ever commit to something you do in life? Where does this shit stem from? When you start to do this self-work, this deep psychological work, you'll start to get the answers, man, of why you're that bitch. That's just the only way to put it. I can't be nice about it. Literally, it's how I talk to myself. I have to create a sense of urgency. We're all running out of time. I have to create scenarios in my head about when the worst case things could possibly happen. My parents are older. Something could happen with them health-wise. Do I have the funds? Do I have the ability to save them if something were to happen? In the future, kids, a wife, am I going to be able to support them? Do I have to worry about money, the schools they're going to? Can I pay for tutors? Can I facilitate a life where we can go on vacations? Can my kids be cultured? Do you not think of this shit as a man? Are you the man you would want, say, your daughter to date? Do you have the habits, the day-to-day routines and character of what you need to do to get to where you need to be? Would your son look up to you right now and be like, wow, dad's amazing. I want to be just like him. Would you even want your son to be you? Would you want your son to inherit anything about you right now? You never sit there and ask yourself this shit. Dude, my mind, this is all I ponder. Am I living up to my future sons? Am I living up to the people in the past that have gotten me to this point? Am I doing my father right? My grandparents, the lineage, the bloodline I come from? Would they be happy if they were able to look down on me today, if they are looking down on me today, who knows what happens in the afterlife? But if they are looking, would they smile? Would they be happy? Or would they pin their heads down in shame? Are you living that authentically? Are you at least attempting to be a better man? Or do you just say that shit out loud because it makes you feel good and you go back to eating fucking Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew, jacking off and playing video games all day? Oh, your bank account's still low. Still haven't picked up that project. Still doing the bare minimum at work. You want to get a raise. You want to distinguish yourself from your colleagues. You're the dude that clocks in late. You're the dude that leaves early. You're a dude that does the bare minimum and you get the bare minimum pay. You're also the dude that complains why life never gives him a break. It's crazy, huh? Stop being that guy. I don't know what it's going to take for you to hit rock bottom and finally make that change in your life. I'm hoping you never have to get to rock bottom to make that change in your life. Maybe a video like this helps you get the spark you need to finally sit down. Did I instill some dread into you? Am I making you a little bit more afraid? Are you feeling bad about yourself? Do you feel like shit? Are you probably eating some shit you're not supposed to right now? Are you doing some shit you're not supposed to right now? Skipping whatever you should be doing? You know the routine, you know the answers. We all do, we're not stupid. Don't ask questions like, how do I lose weight? You already know exactly what you need to do. It's the work you're afraid of. You want to get a faster mile time? You know what you need to do. Don't ask questions. You want to get bigger muscles? Hey man, the gym's down the street. The fuck are you not in there for? Why are you asking simple ass questions that you already know the answers to, but it's really just a coping mechanism to pretend to get a little dopamine hit of, at least I've acknowledged the problem somehow, temporarily, by speaking it out into existence and somebody hearing me and validating my claim. Oh, good for you. You're so gonna get fit after New Year's. Diet starts Monday. Bro, how many Mondays have passed? Your body still looks like dog shit. Explain this. Sit down in a mirror. If you need to hate me, do it. If I make you feel insecure, that's great. If I'm eliciting some emotion right now, perfect. Sit your ass down, look in the mirror, and have a real conversation with yourself for the first time ever in your life. You want me to spell out the fucking alternative for you? You're gonna be broke. You're gonna be dependent on the government. When you're old as shit, nobody's gonna show up at your fucking funeral. Nobody's coming to save you. You're a man. You're not gonna be able to help your family when shit goes south. What girl would even want you? You can't hardly support yourself, and you want a kid? You're gonna doom your child to a life of poverty. The same shit you had to live through. Really? Is that what you want? You haven't taken a vacation in how many years? Because you gotta save up money. You can't just leave. Why? Because you never put in the work to start your business to become free. You never put in extra hours at work to get promotions, to get the corner office, the plaque on the wall. Why? You really want to enjoy life in mediocrity, stuck in a dark room. The only dopamine hit, the only existence you get to feel is digitally on a screen, mashing buttons. That's good enough for you? The only woman you'll ever feel in your life is either going to be some AI girlfriend or some fucking video or some chick charging you $5 a month to acknowledge you exist. That's what you want. That's your alternative. That doesn't scare the shit out of you at all. How are you not angry? How are you not seething with rage right now? How are you not powered by it to show up at the gym every single day and do what you have to do? Isn't it wild that somehow, some way, somebody, whether it was your family, friends, or society, has convinced you to be docile in your life and not make a change? Who was that? Who told you it's okay to be below average, to be mediocre, to not ascend for the greater things in life, to not reach for the stars? Who convinced you, bro? Who broke you? Who was that person? If you need to, make a fucking enemy up in your head. The amalgamation of everything you hate in this world. Every painful experience, every traumatic event, everything you ever hate to look at deep in your psyche. Turn that into a person then. Use that as fuel. Or you can stare down that eternal, mediocre, victim-ass life you're already living and doing it for another 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, depending on your age. Gonna sit around and watch everybody else get after it? You think they're special, bro? You think they got something on you that's any different? Absolutely not. They're not God's gift to earth. This is all it takes. Hard fucking work, your own two hands. Don't let the world convince you that the system's against you, that this is against you, that it's impossible to come up from your situation because X, Y, and Z. That's bullshit. That's exactly the mentality they use to hold your ass down. I'm here to tell you different. I came up from fucking nothing. We came to this country with clothes, can't even speak the language. My parents still don't speak English good. My dad sacrificed his body to be a construction worker, getting abused, beat to shit, coming home with his hands and legs shaking, paying them pennies on the dollar, oftentimes under the table, straight garbage, just to scrape pennies by and one day live out his dream of owning a house, doing what needs to be done, taking care of a family, giving his son, me, a better future. If a dude can leave, go to another country, bust his ass and get abused, just to do a little better, keeps his head down, humble, never complains about shit, puts in extra hours whenever, You can too. My destiny was to die in some little shithole in the middle of nowhere in some part of the world nobody's ever heard of. And yet I dared to dream bigger. There has to be more to life than this. I can't be stuck in this low position. I am capable of more. What's the difference between me and the guy who made it? Why is that guy living the life I want to live? Well, it turns out once you dig into all this shit, very little. Actually, nothing at all. You'll find out most of the time, you're either as skilled and gifted, if not more. It's funny. That guy just shows up every day. He figured out the key, the consistency, every single day. He's doing the shit that you don't. That's it, dude. It's not fucking magic. But you know, society needs its drones and cubicles. So they'll convince you to go to college, get in debt, go to a job that probably doesn't exist anymore because AI's taking it. And congratulations, you're now dependent on the government. You live paycheck to paycheck. No woman wants you. No man wants to be your friend. You live a hellish, quiet existence, desperate for any human contact. Not even realizing how much change could actually happen in your life in as little as 1 year. Seriously. You couldn't even recognize yourself. If you really knew that, you'd get started today. So is 40 too old? No, it isn't. Quit being a bitch. That's my message for today. A little raw. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do want to be part of a group, hit us up over on Skool. Links in the top over here, as well as in the description. We'd love to have you. It's a bunch of men working through the same exact problems. We're all going through it. And day by day, we're getting better and better, step by step. So we do welcome you aboard if you decide to join. And come hang out with us during our chats or book reviews, and let's get after it, man. No more excuses. No more sitting by and watching it all happen. It's time to put in work. Anyways, hope you enjoy the walk around Bucharest. Well, before I forget, please leave in the description below thoughts on the episode, topics especially that you want to cover, whether it's simple questions like that or something more specific. Either or, it doesn't matter. Just anything you think, and the ones that get upvoted the most, I'll pick out, and then we'll make more walk and talks of this nature. So thank you so much for tuning in. A bunch more of these are coming down the pipeline. It's time to get down to business. See you later.